year is 2020. I've graduated from medical school and am driving on Route 3 north toward my hometown of Groveton. Passing Paris Lumber, I noticed Zach Batchelor's new billboard. A couple of years ago, we closed the Paris Party Store and turned it into the largest video game facility in the Northeast. Customers range in age from 6 to 60, and competitors can go there for video training, casual play, and of course, to purchase any game or equipment available. Initially, he was overwhelmed by the instant popularity of the store and had to scramble to hire help, but now all is running smoothly and no one leaves without knowing what a noob is. My cherry red Camaro sports a license plate that reads Doc Joe and is a familiar symbol to the locals. Gliding down Route 3, the colorful lighted rainbow that spans the top of the covered bridge is coming into view. I've been watching Zoe's newscast on the built-in LCD in the dash when suddenly a video flashes Spencer's face. He's asking if I brought my cousin's professional video camera. He's filming a television ad for Riverside Speedway, NASCAR's hottest racetrack in the business. Adam Roby races on Sunday and is sponsored by the VMont crew. Suddenly from the left, a shiny black Corvette with spinning rims and hood scoops sporting a license plate that simply says refill, passed me. My good friend since kindergarten, Rod Swift, now owns a pharmaceutical company in Massachusetts. I signal to him that we'll meet up later this evening as he ignites his nitrous and fires off into the distance. The old mill yard has been converted into a giant amusement park, not the quaint Coney Island kind, but one slightly more modern in the feel of a fair. The walkways are paved with rich black tar that curves and yields to rides and food stands. Wooden benches and outer dock chairs are plentiful enough that no guest goes without seating. There are 3 unique entrances. The younger favor the Brooklyn Street entrance. There you can enter the park and immediately board a go-kart. After maneuvering turns and twists on narrow tracks that span over the flowing Ammonoosuc River, one exits the ride on the opposite shore and enters the rear of the park. The most popular entrance is through the old covered bridge. Flatlanders now all travel on trains instead of roadways. They discovered they can see more leaves that way. When they reach Groveton and alight from the train, instead of using the closer State Street entrance, they head for the covered bridge and wait in longer lines to enter the park. They seem anxious for the opportunity to wait in longer line so that they can snap pictures of each other standing on a covered bridge. The third entrance to the park doubles as the main and as a service entrance. It is framed with a large arching sign, "Welcome to Grovetonville." The sign can be seen from Stratford on a clear night. I passed Donnie Kennison's garage, which now sports 7 days. He took over the old fire department building when the town built a new facility farther north. The old Emerson's Outfitters building would have been perfect for their offices, but JB outbid them, and with a little reconstruction, quickly opened his thriving business selling small sport planes. I noticed that the street lamp project is complete. The old posts have been replaced with black Parisian-style towers. The new lighting was the innovation of Matt Cook. He built the new posts out of PVC pipe. It will never need maintenance, and the solar-powered lights that he installed produce their own energy. His lighting project not only runs the town, but also lights all of the amusement park as well. Groveton Village Store is now 3 stories high, and just installed the first escalator in town. Amy Karen took double college course loads, graduated 2 years early to save on costs, and returned to Groveton to manage the store. She made a courageous business move by not allowing any outside vendor products in their store. They have their own bakery and butcher shop, headed by Pariah Clark. All breads, cakes, muffins, bagels, rolls, and baked products are homemade from scratch, and all meat is locally bought, butchered, and cut to order. They are the sole supplier of food goods for the amusement park. Potato chips, frozen dinners, spaghetti sauces, prepared dinners, ice cream, and all products are made there. There are no artificial ingredients, and most of the produce comes directly from Lauren Tatrell's agricultural farm. The arrangement with the park boosted their business tenfold, and store employees work 3 shifts. The amusement park benefits as it's the only one in America that offers only homemade fresh foods and meals. Tourists leave the park with armloads of as much groceries as they can carry on the train, and nobody in Groveton goes hungry. The lack of crime in Groveton doesn't stop Chief Brassey. Rather, it is because of the chief that there is no crime. Under his patrol, dogs do not bark. Pick up their own fowl and stay in their yards without leashes. Fire hydrants have been removed and parking meters have been banned, creating more parking and less need for ticketing. With the streets completely free of crime, the jail cells have actually been modified from containing violators to protecting money. The economy has grown so quickly the banks are unable to build vaults fast enough. I continue down the road when I spot my father working with the town crew. He now has 35 co-workers and has recently been placed in charge of all the mowing. He is content with his new work as he rides in his air-conditioned canvas-top mowing machine that sports a 72-inch blade displayed from each side. He says it turns on a dime, and as he smiles and waves, I take a second look. It seems that not only has his hairline stopped receding, but I think it's growing back. As I drive from church onto State Street, I see my mother who's headed to start on her mail delivery route. She now drives a vehicle that actually has a steering wheel on the right side. A brand new red station wagon passes me on the right and reminds me that I promised Matt Cook I would stop out at Camp Riverbend. It is now a large lodge able to house 20 guests at a time. It still has the same fire pit and charm of camp, but its popularity and waiting list for visitors tops it out as one of the North Country's hotspots. Groveton is far too south to be a border town, and too far north to be a White Mountain attraction. This is the best town in America. The small signs signifying the entrance to and exit of the town simply read, "Woo-wee!" for everyone knows when they have entered Groveton. The men are successful, the women are beautiful, and the children are all overachievers. The homes are big, the lakes are clean, the roads are smooth and wide. The snow that falls never feels cold, yet piles deep enough to suit any winter sport. Bingo night is every night, and someone always wins a jackpot. Here, the grass isn't greener on the other side, it's always green on both sides. Now in reality, the class of 2010 came from a far different town. During our last 4 years, we endured, with our families, the closing of the mills, unemployment, lack of health insurance, unpaid taxes, eviction notices, and generally living below the standard we once were accustomed to. It was during this time that this town educated, supported, and encouraged us to set higher goals and strive to achieve impossible dreams. Our real town experience gave us the backbone to handle unexpected changes and instilled in us the inspiration to make dreams a reality. We rallied around each other at school when someone was having difficulties. We donated and loaned clothing and shared things that others needed. We never lost our sense of humor nor our good spirit. We bonded in an incredibly deep sense as was necessary to survive hard times. We bared our souls to listeners, and we accepted help and offered companionship for those who weren't our close friends. It is possible that this class of 2010, with its cumulative force of imagination, creativity, skill, and teamwork, could create a utopian community. Most graduates of this class will achieve their goals. However, it is my belief that a continued effort of contact, support, idea sharing, and teamwork will ensure that every one of us reaches or exceeds them. This vision of Grovetonville is possible. Maybe not now, maybe not in my lifetime, but it is possible. And it's our generation that will get things moving. Speaking of the generations, parents. This night isn't about us. It's about you. Take a good look at what we've become, who we are, what we are destined to be. From the very day that we opened our eyes and saw your smiling faces, we have known you as our sole providers, caregivers, and advisors. We trust you more than we can possibly trust another, and we love you more in that sense as well. Many of us can remember our first day of kindergarten almost as vividly as you can. I bet you can recall walking us right into the schoolyard, perhaps even to the door, giving us a hug and kiss, and then watching as we sped away in excitement to begin school. I'm sure all of you smiled, but many of you cried. The tears that you shed from your eyes that day are the same types of tears that you will shed tonight. Tears of pride, joy, happiness, perhaps even sorrow. Everything that has happened in our lives leads up to this very moment in time. So it's a good thing you are all here for the happy moments, the sad moments, and even the moments when we fought with each other. Those moments were the worst for all of us. But I'm sure I speak for everyone in my class when I state, despite our disagreements and our arguments, our frustrations, you are the best parents we could have ever wished for. I thank not only my family, but everyone in this community, and especially my classmates for all they have shared with me during the past 4 years. I love you guys.